Good morning, everyone. Another early morning for me on site. You'll see shortly, but basically doing an cesspit today. So not a septic tank, but a cesspit. So difference between a cesspit and a septic tank is septic tank has an outlet where the water runs away and soaks into the ground. A cesspit is a tank that fills up and goes nowhere. The only place it goes is into a tanker. Has to be vacuumed a bit more regularly. They're normally a bit bigger than septic tanks as well. This one's 1,500 gallons. I know that because I've done it before. And that's the tanker there, cesspit in there. So I'm going to open that up and run some hoses and get vacuuming. So that's what the inside of a cesspit looks like. Basically the same as a septic tank, just doesn't have an outlet, and you can see some electronics here. That is for the high level alarm. You can see the float down there. Obviously float goes up, lets the people inside know that it's time to get a tanker in to empty the tank. With this particular tank, from experience with it, that float gives them about 2 days extra to get a tanker to come on site. So once the alarm goes off, they have about 2 days to get it emptied before it becomes too full. And yeah, I'm going to pop a hose in here, get the vacuum on, and then start vacuuming. So I've just had a chat with the client because they seem to be vacuuming this tank a bit more regularly than they'd like to. So as you can see, this cable runs in a sleeve, but water's continuously pouring in through the sleeve, which is adding water to their cesspit. And considering it doesn't go anywhere, it's filling up this tank faster than it should. I don't know where that water's coming from, possibly groundwater. I don't know what the deal is, but you can see the stain marks on the tank. It's been going on for a while, and yeah, they're going to get the guy who installed it to come back, because this is a new installation. They're going to get him to come back and try to figure out where this water is coming from, because obviously the idea is that only wastewater goes in here rather than groundwater or anything else, because this will basically defeat the purpose of the cesspit, or just fill it up a lot faster than it should. You know, this tank only holds 6,000 liters, which isn't much. Yeah, so I'm going to get some hoses in here quickly, get vacuuming, and they'll figure out where this water's coming from. So, you know the drill by now. Vent valve closed, vacuum pump on, revs up for some power. Tanker needs a wash. It's filthy, hoses are filthy, everything's filthy. So we'll just let that build up some vacuum, and then we'll pop it on. Open the sucky valve. Now we sucky. Always have to make sure it's going down, because the hose can obviously suck on the floor of the tank and then it doesn't move. But let's have a look. Yeah, it's going down. I'll pull the hose out of it, try and make it go down a bit quicker. Oh no, it's moving. I always look at the level on the hose of where the water was, and then see how it goes down. So this is 6,500 liters. And yeah, we'll see how quickly it goes. Obviously all the waste and sludge is at the bottom, and then it's just the clean water at the top. But even that clean water needs to be removed, obviously, because, as I said, it's a cesspit. It's got nowhere else to go. Once it's full, it's full. I'll give it a minute, and then we'll come back to it. So it's been 2 minutes. You can see it at the bottom there. Looks quite cool in the water. The water's clear. You can see it just sucks it all up. Just try to get a little bit closer. You can see it vacuuming in some waste. Oops. Hose is actually vacuuming against the edge of the tank, which is why it's going down slightly slower than it should. But I'll just leave it as is for now. If you like watching water go down the bath plug, you'll love this. Got a bit of a twirly whirly coming along there. The water's about 150 mil above that vacuum hose at the moment. There you go. I don't know why, but this tank always smells like fish. And the water looks red at the bottom. So that's pretty much it on this one. I'll pop the camera down and I'll vacuum up a little bit at the bottom, make it nice and clean, and I'll come back. That's how it looks at the end. Float hanging. Obviously your alarm would have gone off, but this water's still running into the tank. Doesn't look like much, but as I say, over a 24-hour period, it starts to fill this tank up, you know. Yeah, it's quite big. You can see down there, and then down that way as well. It's quite a big tank, but basically that's it for this one. I just need to clean the hoses out, which is laying over there. So what I do is I allow the tank to build pressure, vacuum pressure, and then I pull it open, and then it sucks all the balance out. But I don't know why this is something definitely looking red in here. I don't know. Anyway, see you later.